Come on, Al.
No, I'm saying we don't have to. So we have to. So let me see if the math is
Good,
You got him, Owen.
Drop 3 nicks in the dirt.
good. There you go. Okay. Don't you dare say anything. Yeah. There you go. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hello, it's me, Alex, the stay-at-home reader, except that I tried really hard this summer not to stay at home. Now that I have teenagers, keeping them engaged and entertained took a lot of effort, but I think we managed to pull off the best summer ever. And here are some clips. I'm going to do a voiceover vlog, so if you caught that sign we just passed, we went to the seal release event. The Mystic Aquarium had rehabbed, I think there were 4 harbor seals over the course of 4 months, I believe, and we're releasing them at a public event. It was so crowded and so foggy. So that little spot in the smooth glass of an ocean is one of the seals. There's a picture. I did bring an actual camera. So just got to see their little heads poking out. So that was a fun event to attend. And then back to baseball. Oliver's team hosted a visiting team from Dominican Republic, and we were able to set up a game between the younger Dominican Republic team and Owen's 12U Hamden Dragon team. It was a great experience for all the kids. Language barriers, you could play right through that. Baseball is great. And here's Oliver's team with them also. In this case, though, the language barrier was an issue because Oliver was pitching to a catcher from the Dominican Republic, and so his coach from Puerto Rico was able to translate for them. But here, they just made a great play. Here's the highlight of Owen's summer specifically. His team had their first out-of-state baseball tournament, their last tournament together as a 12U team on a smaller size field. This fall they're moving up to a full-size field. They're big kids now, but they've traveled to Delaware to compete in the Sandcastle tournament at Sports at the Beach. There's Owen pitching. This team has been together for so long that Owen's coach used to be able to throw him at the pool parties, and for old time's sake, he just about killed his coach. Of course, I brought my book with me. I was in the process of starting the Heaven and Earth grocery store at this time. Didn't get much reading done, but on the ride to Delaware, I was able to listen to a psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. They played 2 games a day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because Sunday they made it to the championship game. And check this out. Picked off stealing for the 3rd out, ends the game. Hamden wins.
Yeah. You're gonna hang that up at home too?
Okay, so after Owen's team finished up their tournament in Delaware and Oliver's team was finished playing against the visiting team from the Dominican, baseball season had finally come to an end, and we were able to spend a brief moment of quiet finding Owen a new sport. He's gonna try archery over this fall and winter. We're very excited for that. But we missed baseball, so we went to a minor league game in Hartford. Nate's job actually was hosting like an event, so a bunch of coworkers got group tickets, and we got to go see the Hartford Yard Goats. Okay, watch this. I love when baseball players do this. It's the cutest thing ever. They're getting ready to field the ball, and hop. I did eventually finish the Heaven and Earth grocery store. This is the 4th book by James McBride I've read, and I love his writing. I do. I know to expect a lot of words. He's a very wordy writer. However, in this case, I think it was too much and it lost track. So where usually I love the way he builds a whole community of quirky characters, I think he kind of forgot that there was a kid in trouble that needed saving, and it took a little too long, and then at the very end it was just go, go, go. 3 stars. I liked it. I didn't love it. And hey, look, we are back in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, this time for a family vacation. Oliver was able to join us this time, so Oliver, Owen, and myself joined my mom, my dad, my dad's kids, my sister, and her daughter on a little family trip to end summer. And on the way down this time, I listened to Remarkably Bright Creatures. This I gave 4 stars. It was a really fun, cozy story. Can you believe how tall my kids have gotten? Like, look at this. They're so tall. Anyway, on the beach, I brought with me Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Did not like it. I also listened to Cujo on this trip. And then I saw this painting on the side of the bookstore, and yeah, perfect. It was the audiobook I was listening to. Also, did not like it. Okay, so now we're back from Delaware. We got back to Connecticut for all of a day, just long enough to do laundry and repack and head up to New Hampshire. But we see this on the road. What is this? Stuff of nightmares. We finally make it up to my in-laws' lake house, and I have waited all summer to read this book, Sandwich, on the beach in New England. Perfect setting, perfect book, but turns out the lake beach isn't cutting it for me. I need to save this, and so instead I switch over to reading When We Were Birds, which I actually started a few days ago in Rehoboth Beach. Full disclosure, I still haven't finished that book. It's one I've been dipping in and out of. It's okay so far. Because I needed to read my book, Sandwich, on like a real beach, like an ocean beach, we took the ride to Rye Beach. Sorry. We took the ride to Rye Beach in New Hampshire. It was just about an hour from my in-laws' house. We had actually waited for the fog to burn off at their house in Center Barnstead, New Hampshire, but by the time we got to Rye, the fog was back. It was so creepy, but also like very cool and like otherworldly feeling with the tide out and the fog. It was like we were stuck between like realms. Like, I don't know, the kids and I, we had a great time like imagining like being between worlds. You can see like there's a point with the tide out, and so the water's still far away, and there's this little pocket where like wherever you look you just can't see anything. So the kids couldn't even play catch with the baseball because they couldn't see the ball very far, but they did throw a frisbee around, and I got to read my book. So this was actually my kids' first time swimming at a beach with like actual waves, as small as they look, because when we go to the beach in Connecticut, we're on the Long Island Sound, and the water is actually very still. See, we ended up getting them a boogie board because they were having so much fun, and there was a surf shop right across the street, lots of surfers and boogie boarders there on Rye Beach. It was actually Genesee Beach in Rye, New Hampshire. Yeah, look at them go. They really took to the boogie boarding, and so now we're definitely going to have to be more beach people. I ended up just about finishing my book, Sandwich, and I gave it 5 stars. I 100% loved this book. It was emotional. It was full of heart, full of love. The main character is dealing with anxiety and PTSD and depression, but above everything else, just enjoying spending time with her adult children. They're in their 20s, and her elderly parents, and 100% could relate to the emotion and the love that she just had for her family, and the joy of being in a moment while also dreading the end of that moment. And this is it, the end of summer. One last summertime trip to Lake Compounce. The kids got to do the water park one last time with their friend. Nate did some water slides with them, so I could sit and read. I was reading The Wedding People by Alison Espach. I don't actually know how to say her last name. And this was another 5-star New England summertime read. I am so happy I was able to grab this from the library. This book is about a woman whose marriage has ended, and she finds herself depressed and suicidal, checks into a hotel, and what do you know, the hotel is overrun by people attending a week-long wedding. It managed to be the perfect amount of serious and funny and sarcastic and romantic and thinky and sad and happy, and I loved it. We didn't know until we got there, but the theme park was planning the first ever drone show in the state. First drone show. I don't know if it was for them or for the state in general, but it was kind of creepy watching them line up. It was very like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and that was my kid. And that's it. That was the last weekend of summer. Now we are back to school, homeschool still, 8th and ninth grade for my kids. Back to baseball. We got a 13U fall ball season, and Oliver is playing on a 16U team for fall. I did read more things than were in this vlog recap, but I was just showing you the out and about reads, the highlights. There were some graphic novels. I will put up my month by month like book photo grid. So here is everything I read in June and everything I read in July, not much. And then August was a much fuller reading month because that was the more vacation-y month. Thanks for watching, and thanks for letting me recap summer. Love looking back at all the memories. Let me know what your favorite book of the summer has been, and I will hopefully talk to you soon. Bye.